All right, it's time for another end of day report with yours truly, the Algo Capitalist, aka the Vulcan, coming to you live from PulseWaveTrading.com, home of the world famous PulseWave Price Trigger Reports. All right, so the first chart that we're going to get into today, hopefully everyone had a great weekend. We're going to start with the gold futures. Now, we warned you on the weekly for Friday's Take Back Friday video that this one was poised for that crash alert continuation downside, and that's exactly what we got. Here's the bar. You can see here how the market came into the week with the bears in control, and sure enough, we came down and we put in a new low. Check this out. We come down here and we test these two support lows right here. Pretty amazing stuff, right? Now, when doing so, we made a bearish pointer though. So the selling is not quite over yet. We probably have a few days of going sideways. I think that today's bar is going to be representative of the sideways pattern from this day forward until the market is ready to come down and take out the pointer. All right, so I just want to show you that on gold futures. Excuse me. Likewise on the silver futures, pretty much the same thing. You came down here and you matched, these two support bottoms here. All right, made a bearish pointer as well, but the bears are clearly in control, and I think today's bar is going to be representative of the sideways movement for at least a few days. All right, next up we have the NASDAQ 100. All right, so this one, we came down and got a little bit of production before the market kind of rallied into the close, but the bears for now are still in control temporarily as the market is still under some selling pressure. Now we could relock in tonight, tomorrow, and that could be quite interesting. But right now, this is what we're looking at. We still haven't really had a real correction. Not at all. We've had some pullbacks, but no real corrections. The market has yet to correct. And the NASDAQ is still going, just stretching itself. All right, next up, we got crude oil futures. Now, crude oil finally corrected, just like you did here. Remember, I gave you that crash alert sell signal, and sure enough, the market came down here and gave you the downside production, just like it did on the last sell alert and the one before that. Okay, so can't ignore these alerts. You did make a bearish pointer on the day, so right now this one's just kind of in free fall, and you're in the red zone too. So we'll see how much more the market wants to correct. Taking a look at soybeans, all right, the bulls are keeping the market afloat barely, all right, but barely. But the bulls are in control temporarily. You're trying to get a technical bounce, but it's on a rather weak one, to say the least. Very weak, a lot of overhead resistance and selling pressure, still in the red zone. I don't know how much bounce this one has left. I think we are going to go lower, though. Moving on to the Dow. All right, so the Dow has produced a crash alert sell signal for tonight into tomorrow's trading. The trend line support around 34,500 is going to be the initial target on this pullback. Now, the last crash alert sell signal here, you saw the downside production, the one before that. So all things being equal, I think this one could be pretty significant. Next up, we have the Australian dollar. All right, the bulls are trying to defend this support zone, trying to build up enough momentum for a rally. If it can ever get going, you're looking at a target of around maybe 750 up here. All right, so 74.50, 75, somewhere around there. All right, on the mighty Bitcoin futures, here's what you're looking at. All right, finally, this one got that get up and go, got enough momentum behind it to create a rally. And right now, you're right at that target, the overhead resistance zone. and you're in the green zone. So is it going to keep right on going and get back up to above 50, or are we doomed here to fall back down into the Kumo cloud and to the trend line support? We'll see how well the bulls play it, but for right now, that's what we're looking at. Next up is the Canadian dollar. You can see here. All right, the bears are keeping this one at bay too. Nice little technical bounce off the trend line support, but a lot of overhead resistance and selling pressure. Bears still have it. Here's the US dollar index. Now, you can see here, it's still moving higher, and it has momentum with it. All right, so this should continue to put pressure on commodities like soybeans and oil. All right, so I think this rally is a sustained one for right now, powering up. Here is Ethereum. So Ethereum got that downside production today from the crash alert sell signal, and I think the trend line support should be in play around the 2400 level. So I think that's where the pullback will be on that one. All right, next up is the euro yen. What is the euro yen telling us? Well, the bulls are keeping this one afloat for now. It's in a sideways pattern, but it's not crashing, but it's not really rallying either. It's just holding steady between the 129 130 range. Overhead trend line resistance is 130.50. It's just caught in a sideways pattern. I think it's waiting for the equity market to catch up. Equity market needs to come down like this before I think this thing starts to decide what it wants to be when it wants to grow up. All right, so what about nat gas? Well, nat gas finally got you the downside production from the crash alert sell signal, and I think the trend line support is the initial target if it continues, if the bulls don't come in and defend this support zone that we are currently at. So we'll see. The last time they did, market moved higher. Here they defend it, here they defend it, not giving you a lot of downside production on these pullbacks. They're just good springboards for the bulls to come in and buy up more. So let's see if this trend continues. It's looking like it might. Looking like it might. All right, taking a look at theta. So here is your theta. We got that downside production before rallying into the close. It's just bouncing off the trend line support. It is in the Kumo cloud. It is under heavy resistance, even in a green zone. I think we've topped out, and I think the market wants to correct here some more, come down here and test these lows. We'll see if I'm right. All right, next up is your XRP Ripple. All right, crash alert sell signal, downside production before rallying into the close. Don't think you're out of the woods yet because you're in the Kumo cloud and you're just testing the upper band of the cloud. I think it's going to come down here and test the lower band, meaning that I think it's going to fall below trend line support at some point. Next up, we got the weird Facebook. All right, so Facebook now has a crash alert sell signal for tomorrow's trading. Last sell signal we got gave some pretty significant downside production. Prior one to that, downside production. One before that, downside production. So I think this is a good one. I think the trend line support at 345 is the initial target on that. All right. Last but not least is bonds. Ticker is TLT. All right. So here is the crash alert sell signal. And then here was the initial downside production. You had a technical little bounce rally from that support before the bear said, okay, that's enough. And then they brought it down some more. So you're now officially in a corrective zone phase, even in the green zone. Trend line support is what it's gunning for around 146. I think it has the possibility to fall even below that. Last sell signal did. So I think this one will do the same. Very interesting, though. Interesting times indeed. All right, what up, everybody in the live chat? What up, Mick? What up, Prophecy? All right, so you want to see WBT on the ASX? Let me see if I can do you a solid on that. Not sure if I can, but we'll see. You know how it is on some of these equities. I don't always get what I want. Sometimes WBT. All right, nope, don't have that one in the database. All right, let's see. MVST, let's see if I have that one. MVST, nope, that's not in the database either. THCB, nope, that one's not in the database either. My bad. Yeah, my database is offline at the moment, so I can only pull up what's already in my database. Neither of those are in the database because I'm in the offline mode at this point in time. Let's see if I can reconnect it here while we're still live. That will be helpful. Let's see what I got. Just give me 1 second. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. Yeah, I know. I try to help out as much as I can. It's just hard to stay connected to the servers. Sometimes I have to wait. Like I can download the data sometime, but then being able to get it on demand like that sometimes it's a little complicated. All right, let's see here. So let's try this again. So WBT on the ASX. All right. Okay, then you want to see. All right, MVST. All right, so THCB. All right, it's THCB. I have Tuscan Holdings. I think that's what's coming up. All right, let's see. Yeah, I can't get data on that one. I'm sorry. There's nothing's coming up on that one. All right, next one. Okay, that's it. All right. So I was able to get the WBT. Let me go ahead and pull that up for you. Get that up on the screen. Okay. All right. Okay, so here's WBT Weebit Nano. And as you can see here, it flip-flopped a little bit while I was up here. So let's take a look. So you had this, you've been having these rally alerts since it was way back here. And then the last one was here. Then you got this crash alert, no downside production, flip-flop back to a rally alert, gave you the initial upside, little pullback, then taking off again. So this one's definitely bullish and wants to take off. Right now it's gunning for that $3 mark. Let's see if we may have a little bit more. Okay, so this one here is trying to get back up to the week of January the 22nd, where it hit $4.27. That's what it's trying to get back up to. I think you're going to have some resistance between $3 and $3.50. If it can make it up to that point, that's where it's probably going to hit resistance and it's going to have a strong possibility of failure to get back up here. I think it's going to collapse somewhere up in here. So this is definitely one to watch. If you're long, definitely one to watch. Yep. Okay, so with that being said, man, thanks a lot. Don't forget to smash that like button. And remember, bulls make money, bears make money, and pigs get slaughtered. So remember to take what you can and give nothing back. And don't forget to use the promo code on the website at PulseWaveTrading.com. We can take advantage of our incredible discount savings right now, the special that we're running. All right, I'll holler back. Peace.